are on the 1 year anniversary. It's been exactly 1 year since we bought the Lamborghini, and everything's going good. And all of a sudden, I'm going to see some friends, and I'm downshifted, and man, I'm in the moment, and bam, the thing breaks off. So here we are on the 1 year anniversary. It's been exactly 1 year since we bought the Lamborghini, and everything's going good. And all of a sudden, I'm going to see some friends, and I'm downshifted, and man, I'm in the moment, and bam, the thing breaks off. You know, and we were rev matching, things sounded good, and we're excited because I know people can hear this thing when we're coming. So as I'm coming in real hot, and man, all of a sudden that shifter came off, and there we are dead in the road. So man, I don't know about you, when I'm dead in the road, I'm a little concerned because and of course we're in the middle lane. We're going to be making a left-hand turn. So we're in the middle lane, and this thing is broken. So what do we do with it? So, you know, I throw it in neutral, which was my first stupid mistake. I throw it in neutral and put the emergency brake on, hazards on, and I'm trying to get my mind wrapped around what just happened because I've never had a shifter tear up before. I don't know about you guys, I've never had a shifter tear up. So I'm pretty shook up about it, thinking, what am I going to do? Middle lane, 4 lanes of traffic, one way. There's probably 4 or 5 on the other way. How are we going to get this thing out of the road? And without getting the thing tore up by someone random us. So, you know, I jump out. There's a toolkit in these things. Comes a cool pair of Lamborghini gloves, some screwdrivers, some wrenches. And I thought, okay, let's see what we can do here. So we get back in the car. I'm trying to get it in first gear. Can't get it in first gear. Won't go in first gear. Can't get it over and up to get it in the first gear. So my wife, the genius of the two of us, she says, push it straight up, 3rd gear. So I thought, okay, can we get it to go in 3rd gear? Man, 3rd gear, 10-cylinder, 500 horsepower. It was like a race car. Just give it a lot of RPMs, let off that clutch so we don't burn the clutch, and it took off. And what's cool about this car is we can do 65 or 70 miles an hour in 1st gear. So I know in 3rd gear we're probably capable, and I know we do, we run 3rd gear on the interstate from time to time. So it's going to rev up. It redlines at 8,000 RPMs. So I know we got this. So I go on to where I'm going. I pull up and everybody goes, man, you didn't break down. Yes, I did. I broke down. We broke that off of there. So after I convinced them of that, we went ahead and signed off, drove on back to the house, 3rd gear. You know, I tried to time traffic lights so I didn't have to stop. And of course, you know how it goes. We hit some traffic lights. But here's the thing. 1 year anniversary, and actually, it may not have been 1 year anniversary because we bought it in the afternoon. 6:45 in the morning, this thing tears up. So when it breaks, I'm immediately thinking, after I got past all the craziness running around in my head, I thought, man, it's a rod. How expensive could this rod possibly be? Just unscrew out of there and screw a new one in. And if it is that expensive, I'll just have someone machine one for me. Well, here's the thing. This rod isn't just a rod. It doesn't just thread in down below. And I'll show you in just a minute. It goes down into it, and then it's got places where things attach to it because there's linkages in here that take and shift the gears. Because remember, the transmission's in the back of the car behind the motor. And so I thought, you know, $100, $200. Now, I've got a friend, Jason Burtman Industries. I reached out to Jason. I said, man, what can I get one of these for? He does some research, does some digging, and he gets me a great deal. He can get me this rod, not broken, shipped for about $1,000. If I overnight it, about $1,200. Wrap your mind around that for a minute. A rod that in a Camaro or in a Chevy truck, $100, $200, $1,000. And so here's where it gets even crazier. It doesn't just simply thread in, it's a lot of work to get to it. You know, I've taken a look at it, a buddy of mine, mechanic, came over and looked at it. We're guessing 5 hours to replace this thing. Now, I know typical shop rates are $100 to $150 an hour. I don't remember what my buddies over at German Motor Works charge. I'm guessing it's going to be about $150 an hour. So I'm guessing that replacement, just the effort to replace this, we're talking, what's that, 150, 3, 4, about $600, $500, $600 to replace it. Actually about $750 to replace this. So now you're approaching $2,000 depending upon how things go. And then to get this thing towed, you don't just hire a tow truck to come out and get it. No, we got to get a special tow truck. And you know, as my luck is, I got a great deal. They got a flat rate on this thing. So to tow this thing from Murfreesboro to Nashville, it's only 250 bucks. So we're going to be somewhere around $1,700, and I'd say on the high end, about $2,200 all in to repair this. I don't know what the moral of the story is. The moral of the story, I guess, is be careful with it. All right, so here is the damage inside the vehicle. So you can see down in there. Let's give it some light, see what we can come up with here. So there you go. You can see down in there. It's not exactly going to be an easy repair. So this is going to have to come off here. We may have to have this pulled off here. And so, you know, we looked at it ourselves to do the repairs. We pulled the gate off of here, so you can see the gate. This would sit up on here like this. And shifting into first, that's where this thing broke off at. So you can see this thing would have just been on here like that. So let's put all this back together so it doesn't cost me any more money. But there again, you can see, just be careful when you're shifting gears on these things. Apparently this is not it's not been constructed or built or made to handle a lot of pressure, because I don't think by any stretch I'm a aggressive or heavy, you know, strong guy here, but still it broke in the downshift process. So, you know, my guess is over time it probably took some abuse along the way, and you know, that final downshift was the downshift that cost us the money here. So just, you know, if you've got one of these manual gated shifters, just be careful with it. Be aware that it's not going to take a tremendous amount of abuse, because, you know, you can see right there, that's the final results of it. So, you know, one last look down in there so you can see what it looks like down inside there. Let's see if we can get down in there and really get a good look. And that's it. It leaves this morning, and we'll be going down to the shop. And hopefully in a few days we'll have it back. We'll have it back in time for Italian Cars and Coffee, so we can get out there and meet some folks and have a good time. So thank you. Now I'll tell you, I'll give you a little background, backstory on this. A few weeks ago I was talking to Jonathan, and the mechanic for this car. I said, Jonathan, these things are pretty bulletproof. What is it we have to be aware of? What is it that we have to consider and be careful of so we don't tear it up, so we don't, you know, it doesn't cost us an arm and a leg like this did. And keep in mind, $2,000, we're probably pretty good on this thing. He said, you got to be careful of transmission. And so ever since he told me that, he said, you know, you have to make sure you're in gear when you shift gears, because if you get this between gears, you potentially tear up the transmission. And as I remember, he was telling me $12,000 just for the part to replace the transmission. That's not including their labor. Remember, the back of the car has to come off for that. So I'm trying to protect this $12,000+ transmission, so I'm hyper aware of when I'm shifting gears. And so what it means is I'm hitting them a little harder just to make sure they're firmly in gear before I let off the clutch. So in the effort to try to save this $12,000 transmission, I tore up. I mean, and truthfully, it really isn't that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. Just rather not tear anything up. This $2,000 part. So 1 year anniversary, we tore up a $2,000 part on the Lamborghini. But here's the deal. You know, in the end, we feel like it was the enemy trying to keep us out of there. You know, we had 3 events scheduled this day, 2 car events, 1 motorcycle event. It was going to be jam full of getting out there, seeing people, meeting people, talking to people, letting people take pictures with the car and stuff. And so we knew we were going to be real productive this day, excited about it. And we feel like it was the enemy trying to really slow us down. But here comes the tow truck now. So while the enemy might have slowed us down, they didn't take... What's going on, man? Yeah, this is the one. You hear what happened? wraps this thing up. We'll get this thing back. It'll be running good. We'll just be a little more careful the next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. Also, as always, subscribe. We're going to put some good content out there. Hey, if there's anything in particular you want, be sure to hit us up. Put it in the comments below, and we'll do what we can to make sure we accommodate you. Until next time, Godspeed.